All right, folks, welcome back to the show. Craig Shelton here for The Cut, segment number 3. And how about peep the wardrobe change? You know, I had to step out a little bit because, hey, as we promised you, we got quite a bit for you on the show this week. We gave you the in-studio stuff. Look, feeling really optimistic about what we've seen out of the Rockets, getting out of the gate. 3-0 on the season, took care of business on the road after being down 19 points, took care of business versus Utah. And I think even though Dallas probably was the premier matchup in the first 3 games of the season, I think that on the road game in Utah, coming back from a 9-point deficit, back-to-back games, I think that was the Rockets' best win of the season to that point. And so as promised, we told you that we were going to be covering the fight night over at Texas Southern University, and we did just that. And I guarantee you, man, there's a place for the boxing culture in Houston. Used to be a lot of guys that trained here, spent a lot of time here, none other, no name any bigger than Roy Jones Jr. You can find Evander Holyfield around town. Folks, I'm telling you, if they get things done the right way and boxing is in this town on a consistent basis, there is a audience for it and a market for it. And I'm one of those people, I'd love to be able to go out. Hey, I'll spend a couple $100 to get a good seat and have a dinner and some drinks with my wife and check out a few fights. I'd do it, wouldn't you? All right, so we're going to take you out right now to the TSU Fight Night. Me and Richard Big Walker went out and talked to some of the fighters. And, man, we got a chance to witness some really good fights, especially the last couple of bouts. So here we go. We'll take you out right now to TSU Fight Night.
It is also be aired on the UTA channel 15.2. Now, coming into the ring for our next bout. In the blue corner, coming out of Shreveport, Louisiana, making his pro debut. Please put your hands together for Mr. Bobby Britton. Bobby Britton. This is a heavyweight division fight. Please give it up with a record of 2-2. Mr. Raymond Brown. Raymond Brown.
Craig Shelton for The Cut, coming to you guys live tonight from the fight night over at Texas Southern University. I'm standing here with Mike Zavala. Mike, did I nail that name or not?
Yes, sir. Sure did.
Mike, your story with your fighter is a real interesting story. And be honest with you folks, initially we came in to talk to the fighter, I started talking to Mike, and I realized right away that we needed to let you kind of tell the story of this young fighter.
Yeah, well, he came to me as a 10-year-old. Didn't have any skills whatsoever. He's one of them that you have to really work with. I didn't even have any hope for him at first. I mean, when you got the girls beating up on him. But you know what? They beat on him only for a couple of weeks because he kept coming back. And after a short while, we couldn't even put him with him no more. He was too tough. He's been through the ranks already. His mother brought him from Mexico when he was 5 years old.
Tell everyone what his name is.
His name is Francisco Arellano.
And Francisco is the main event on the card tonight here at the Texas Southern TSU Fight Night.
Yes, main event.
And his weight class?
125.
125. When I spoke to you initially, you started telling me a little bit about his life, and It's a great story how he came into the country. Would you share a little bit of that with the listeners?
Well, he was brought by some family members into the country. His mom had went through some things, and she had to send him over here before she actually came over here. So he's been here since 5 years old. He's made it his country. Graduated here. We just got him fixed so he can go anywhere now.
And you explained that when he first came into the country, he didn't have papers. He was not able to fight in some of the tournaments with some of the other guys. Hey, kind of explain how that works.
Well, the advancing tournaments, and if you're going to represent the United States, you have to be a citizen. So he wasn't considered a citizen, so we couldn't fight the big tournaments, the advancing tournaments. So we had to look for these top guys in the local shows and local tournaments, and that's where he would fight them. A lot of them he beat. So we realized that what we need to do with him is turn him pro, and here we are, 10 years later.
We appreciate that, and we wish him good luck tonight, folks. Mike Zavala. Mike, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks a bunch. Thank you, Mike. All right, so now we get a chance to speak to Francisco himself and let him tell you folks a little bit about this fight tonight and how excited he is. I talked to your coach, and he says you're very excited to get in the ring and represent for your fight team.
That's right, man. It's been a while. It's been over a year that I fought, so I'm excited. I'm looking to put on a good show. It's going to be my first time being the main event, and not only that, I'm just excited to be back in the ring, man. My birthday's in 3 days, and people ask me, how can you be more excited about your fight than your birthday? And I tell them, man, when you love the sport so much, it just comes natural, man.
Francisco, talk a little bit about your influences. Me, I have a background in music, and growing up with a music background, I had my eyes on a lot of different artists. As a young fighter, who's the person that caught your eye and made you think that fighting was something you wanted to do?
Well, there's a couple fighters, that caught my attention, not only inside of the ring, but outside of the ring. You have your Floyd Mayweathers, who is very smart, very intelligent inside the ring, but is also a businessman. He gets the money, he gets the fights, and he gets the victories. That's most important in boxing. And, you have your Miguel Cottos, who are coming at you with a killer instinct inside the ring, but are very humble outside of the ring. That is just, it's the person you got to completely respect, man.
Can you talk to us a little bit about your preparation process to prepare yourself for a fight like this? How far out front do you start physically preparing yourself? And talk a little bit about the mental preparation.
I start out about a month before, doing my plyometrics, my running, my regular training, bag work, gym work, sparring. Mental preparation, you always got to be mentally prepared. It's a boxing thing. You always have to be mentally ready for a fight or just for anything, for training, because the hard part is training. You kill yourself in the gym so your opponents won't kill you in the ring.
Right.
So that's what it is really to me. It's a mental thing, and I'm confident, but I also put in the work, so I know what I got to do.
And I'm pretty sure that you're confident and determined about creating your own brand as a fighter. You talked a little bit about the business end of fighting, and I can respect that. But if I had to ask you to profile yourself in the ring, how would you define that profile?
I would say I'm a boxer, but I like to fight. I like to hear the crowd go ooh, and me go in there and make them go ooh a lot more. I like the crowd to come in and love boxing and want to come back, not just to see me, but to see all the other fights. Because at the end, it's entertainment, and if people don't come in and enjoy themselves, they're not going to want to come back. So I come in and I try to give them what they want, and that's a fight.
We appreciate it, and want to wish you good luck tonight, okay?
Thank you, sir.
How you doing, sir? David Jeremiah. Richard Wall. What you think on that fight?
That's pretty close.
That's pretty
Pretty close. Could go either way. I actually think White Trunks was a little bit more but he had more power shots than White Trunks.
We have a unanimous decision. Judge Barry Yates for the 39 to 37. Judge Ronnie Lawson for the 39 to 37. And Judge Kelly Lowe for the 39 to 37 for our winner, Jaime Hernandez. Out of the blue corner.
Folks, we're here standing, talking with the pride of Longview, Texas. I love it up in East Texas. You know, that's where my people at up there. My man, Jonathan O'Neal, took care of business tonight right out here at TSU Fight Night. Unanimous decision, taking care of business. Hey, man, I got to be honest with you. I saw you stand him up a couple times with that jab, and you stood him up, and he was leaning back, and I thought it was all over for him. But it's like you wanted to toy with him a little bit.
Well, nah, it wasn't a thing of toying, you know. I'm kind of upset with myself because I should have finished him, you know what I mean? I had my coach upset with me, hollering in the corner. You know, that's my fault, man. I should have went on and finished the fight, but I didn't. But, you know, I won. You know what I mean? That's what I came here for, a win. It was kind of sloppy. I know I need to brush up on some things, but, you know, it'll get better in the future.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Why don't you get your opportunity to tell the folks a little bit more about you and your background as a fighter?
Well, you know, I'm out of Longview, Texas. I started boxing in Longview, Texas. I'm born and raised Longview, Texas. That's where I started my Golden Glove career. 3-time Golden Glove East Texas champion. You know, I started with this man here. I've been with this man here, James Kelly. You know, my manager, Naomi Kelly.
He calling. You might as well come on, get some camera time now, Mr.
You know,
Kelly.
they do a lot for me, look out for me. Anything that I may need, you know, to keep me out of trouble, money or whatever, rides, anything, you know, they brought me a long way. So I can't do anything but stay with what got me here, you know what I mean? I'm going to be with this man until they call me home, you know.
Now, speaking of Coach Kelly, he was pretty demonstrative and animated with his not just his tone, but he was expending as much energy as you were out there talking. He's already been forthcoming about some things he feels like he could have done better tonight. I'll give you an opportunity to talk a little bit about it.
All right, well, sure, O'Neal he's a much better fighter, much quicker fighter. He got a lot of power. Tonight, he let him off the hook a little bit, but he just needs a little bit more ring experience where he can settle down and don't be so tight. Once he get loose, you're looking at one of the greatest fighters in history. This is the second Thomas Hearn coming here. He got the height, he got the power, he got everything, he got the experience. So just look out, world. We got a new champion on the rise. His name is Jonathan O'Neal.
Coach, it was a pleasure to meet you. We wish you the best of luck, Mr. O'Neal. Anybody with a jab like that, I'm going to call Mr. O'Neal. How about that? All right, I'll check up on you when I come through East Texas. All right, man. All right, we appreciate these guys. Folks, I hope you enjoyed it. Like I told you, those are some real sincere kids you saw us talk to there. Some great stories. Kind of pulling from a man out of East Texas. Just because, hey, that's where my people at up in East Texas. Got a lot of friends up there, and God sister and my godson. So, but great night over at Texas Southern, and we really enjoyed it. And so just hang in there. We're gonna run to a break. When we get back, we made one more stop taping this episode of the show out at Reliance Stadium to cover the Texans and the Colts. Yeah, I know. We got the good, the bad, and the ugly, but there was some good. Number 7. We'll talk about it when we come back on The Cut.